Well, I didn't forget about it. SouthShore12 once again ignoring the crime that we're dealing with in the middle of the island. And I'll briefly go over it. You can see they're all over the South Shore again. Freeport, Lindenhurst, and yet the crime just barely gets a mention. Shots fired. This is a big deal in South Farmingdale, and and I know this spot.
For you into our newsroom.
I know this spot very well, actually, and I've gone to that Stop and Shop by that park. This is actually in South Farmingdale, but it's really, literally, maybe a 5 or 10 minute walk from the village of Farmingdale, the main street.
We are told that Nassau police responded to South Farmingdale for calls of shots being fired. Take a look. You can see the police presence there at Allen Park in South Farmingdale. Now, we have reached out to police who tell us the incident is currently under investigation.
That's all.
We will continue to update you as we find out more.
That's all you get, all right? And this. Another one, barely covered.
2 men accused of assaulting and robbing another man last night in Westbury. According to police, the 2 men got into an argument with a 28-year-old man at La Cantina Bar on Old Country Road. The 2 followed the victim out of the bar and punched him in the face and kicked him several times, according to police. We are told that he got a cut to his right eye. Police also tell us the men stole the victim's wallet before fleeing the scene, and police are asking anyone with information to call Nassau Crime Stoppers.
There are a lot of illegals in that area. And that's the kind of stuff that's going to be happening in Mineola as we get more of those illegals here too as well. But of course, it's all about the chosen ones in their enclaves. Like Lynbrook,
flooding after a storm is a common sight there. But after this latest storm, frustrated neighbors are
They're demanding help. Again, they demand they be heard.
Once again demanding answers from their elected officials
it's all
about
these
getting
people,
relief from the floodwaters.
Relief from the floodwaters.
Caroline Flynn brings us their story.
Get used to it. We're seeing the sea levels rise.
I'd like to show you. I live on the water here on Shore Road. This is my backyard.
You live on the water. What do you expect?
The water is not over my bulkhead.
This is the video Jill Engelhardt sent to elected officials in Babylon during Wednesday's storm.
Now I'd like to take you around into the front where you would think I lived on the water in the front of my house.
Here's her backyard and street today.
What do you want them to do?
The drains. I mean, it's coming up through the drains.
Jill and her neighbors are frustrated and fed up.
Well, I was supposed to go out this morning. I'm not going out because I know the water's coming up. I won't be able to get back.
I don't get mail. I don't get garbage pickup. I don't get any of that stuff. And I'm still paying outrageous taxes.
In 62 years, what I'm seeing here now is unbelievable.
Well, it's due to climate change.
Our government, our local government, our politicians have got to do something.
Well, we tried to get back onto East Shore Road, but as you can see behind me, that is no longer possible. Jill Engelhardt had told us that multiple calls and messages to the town of Babylon over the last few months have gone unanswered. So today we tried to get in touch with them and spoke directly to Supervisor Rich Schaefer. He said several years ago a study was done on this area and how it handles flooding. He said now it may need to be reevaluated. So on Tuesday, the Department of Public Works is going to be speaking with the engineering firm behind that study.
We got to leave the fear of criminals.
On a time to come back
These people choose to live on the water and they're complaining about flooding.
And come up with a solution. Engelhardt said one of her favorite things about living on the water is water sports.
Does she have to be on the paddleboard in the street or should she be on her paddleboard in the creek? Should be in the creek, not the street.
Schaefer said they'll first need to see if there is money in the capital project's budget to make repairs this year.
Money on that.
We will continue to keep you updated on this story. For now, in Lindenhurst, I'm Caroline Flynn for News 12 Long Island.
That's not the only story. No, they're also in Freeport too. Another 2 minutes and 24 seconds on this one. So it's just so obvious that we are just completely
once again tonight,
forgotten
as last night's overnight soaker is causing all sorts of headaches today for Long Islanders along the South residual street flooding in their communities. News 12's Carmen Grant begins our storm coverage. She is in Freeport. So Carmen,
Seed in parts of Freeport
Avenue about the South Shore.
Than Wednesday. I just called my boss up. He just told me, Pete, just stay home.
Here on Merrick Road in the heart of Freeport's business district, many drivers taking it slow through the main strip and side streets. Some residents telling us they've had enough.
Wow, even made it to Merrick Road.
Thinking about moving, or should I stay out?
I don't know.
So this leads downstairs.
Meanwhile, further west in Island Park, Jackie Solario's downstairs living space looks more like a pond.
It's just all about the
mother
South
of
Shore,
three
though.
says this is the fourth time this year she and her neighbors on Washington Avenue are flooded out.
My downstairs, which is living area, my kids' playroom, all their toys, washer, dryer, our family space, everything is under 4 feet of water.
Frustrated South Shore residents are pleading for local leaders to step in and help.
Help us.
The residents of the town of Hempstead, East Rockaway, Oceanside, Island Park, where Freeport.
Why won't anyone help us in the middle of the island with the crime we're dealing with?
We're underwater constantly.
A Hempstead spokesperson tells News 12, quote, many South Shore neighbors have been affected by the recent flooding. We are working closely with state and federal officials to secure funding and alleviate these concerns.
Now you can see for yourself, some people are still pumping water out of their homes. Meanwhile, many folks tell me that last night's storm caused more headaches. And Carmen Grant.
So, there you go. All about that. But you know what they didn't cover is Fire Island. They didn't cover Fire Island at all. Nope, they didn't. So, there you go. As usual, we're forgotten. Shots fired in the middle of the island. Sorry. That's only going to get 23 seconds. Sorry. We don't care. Yep, that's what you get with South Shore 12.